Blue Iris watercolor painting, getting those colors right and overcoming ugly stage in the painting process. I transferred outline drawing, which is available for download as well as with reference. Now removing the excess amount of graphite off the paper with an elastic eraser. Now to color mixing. This is Blue Iris, and of course there will be a lot of blue pigment in it, but not only blue. Here I'm taking Ultramarine Blue for the main color mix. And for the second, I also am preparing Permanent Rose. Third one is Permanent Rose with a little touch of Ultramarine Blue, a little bit more. Adjusting colors, adding Permanent Rose and Ultramarine Blue till I get a violet color that I need. Fourth color mix, Permanent Rose and a very small amount of Ultramarine Blue, so I have more pinkish violet color. Separately, I will have Lemon Yellow. There are yellow spots. Darker yellow spots will be painted with transparent yellow. And the third is Perylene Violet. There are in yellow spots some Perylene Violet beautiful details. Separately, also adding indigo for a very darker textured lines. Now we can start painting. I will be painting by separate sections, applying water and taking my mix of Permanent Rose and Ultramarine Blue. Mostly I will be using here Permanent Rose and Ultramarine Blue. It's just a matter of the ratio of both pigments, and I will be changing that. That's why I have clean Permanent Rose and clean Ultramarine Blue. So I will be adjusting while I paint, constantly looking at reference and noticing where I can see more pink pigment on the petal of this iris and where is more violet or blue. Starting adding pigment from the shadow area, which is around the circle part of this petal. With round synthetic brush, I'm pushing watercolors towards the edge line, and as you can see in the reference, the edge line has a little white areas just very close to the outer edge, and I'm making those little brush strokes towards the very edge line, creating those little lines. They are uneven. Don't make them very even so they don't look realistic. And I will warn you from the very beginning. This painting process, for me, it took quite a big and long, ugly stage, which I was overcoming myself by repeating to myself, keep painting. As long as I'm painting transparently with thin watercolor layers, transparent, I have room where I can paint further until I can build, and I will be satisfied with the result. It's important to paint transparently. This painting showed me that it's crucial. If I went straight with very dark color mixes, because I can see in reference this is quite dark flower, dark blue mixes and violet mixes, and if I would go very strong in the beginning, I would need to quit very fast, and the painting wouldn't look so good. I would say it would even be ruined. But as I was painting along and adding those layers of transparent watercolors, different saturations of permanent rose and ultramarine blue, I was sure that I will go and I will finish this painting good. Even I went through a long, ugly stage, which is always quite devastating for an artist and brings so many things that you are thinking that I'm not doing correctly and this is not working. But as I was following the technique, paint transparently, don't rush, really study your reference, I knew that I will finish with some good result. Here I'm applying other saturation, other mix of permanent rose and ultramarine blue, which is more pinkish, two little petals that are coming from the center on both sides. Painting with fine tip brush, so I'm more in control of the details. And now I'm adding really finishing touches to this flower. You can paint further as you can see, if you see more details, more tonal values, but keep those layers transparent, and you can paint on and on. It's really important in this painting. I was repeating that mantra, keep painting transparently and keep going. Everything will work out at the end, and it did. No matter the ugly stage that I went through and all the doubt about myself and about the subject, and it all turned very good. I'm really happy with the result, and this tutorial really taught me many new things, especially about transparency, about patience, about keep painting and trusting in the process. It's important to trust the process. You're following the techniques and everything will work amazing. Final details showing you the very close-ups of the lines that I painted more 10-15 minutes, adding little dots, little spots to that middle section. It's a matter of your patience and dedication, how much you are willing to work and how much you are really studying your reference. Everything is visible in the reference and you can paint on and on. Those details are so amazing and make this flower so beautiful. Thank you for being here. Thank you for following my tutorial. Hope you learned something new and see you in my next class.